Hi, and welcome to week 7. Can't believe I'm saying week 7, but week 7. So I'm going to share my screen so we can go over what's happening in week 7. So in week 7, we're starting to talk about strategies to support children in special education. So if we go back into course info, we see our graphic syllabus. And our graphic syllabus really looks at um, th- sort of three sections of early childhood special ed. The what of early childhood special ed. What is early childhood special ed? Perceptions on disability. What is inclusion? And we've covered that. The who are young children in special education, families and culture. And we have covered that. And now we're getting into the how. What does it look like to support young children with disabilities in special education? And so we are diving into the how, and we will be doing that for the rest of the semester. So, our first module in the how section is looking at multi-tiered systems of support. So, just as it sounds, there are multiple tiers to support children. So, we do have some assignments due, and I'll touch on those, but let's just go through what you're reading and watching. MTSS, multi-tiered systems of support, have had different names over time. Years ago, they were called response to intervention, RTI. And RTI is very similar to MTSS. Um, there are some subtle differences, but for the sake of our conversation, we're gonna say that they are very, very similar. So we have some readings on response to intervention, some videos. We have some readings on multi-tiered systems of support. And then we also have an introduction on the pyramid model and some readings on the pyramid model. So I invite you to dive into those. And again, there's videos, there's readings. So a couple of them are academic articles, and then a few of them are more articles from like publications that are not as academic. So hopefully they will be enjoyable to you. Then let's go over your participation task. So your participation task this week, there's sort of two parts to this. So when you finished your fieldwork site project, I said we're going to use it in week 7. So we are going to use it. But let me talk about what you're going to do in regards to MTSS. So first of all, you're going to upload your fieldwork site project to your post. And let me go into view as learner so I can show you how you would do that. Okay. Because you can upload that directly onto your post. So here we are. And let's go down to participation task. You're going to come down, start a thread, and here is what it looks like. Okay. So if you click on this box that says insert stuff, and it looks like 4 little icons in one, and you click that, you can add material to you can insert a link, you can add material to your post. If I believe that is the best way is to add a link. If you have a picture, um, most people don't have pictures, but if you wanted to add a series of pictures, you could add pictures. But my suggestion would be inserting a link to your, uh, or it says actually here, upload files. Sorry, didn't see that. I normally don't see it from this view. Drop files. So if you have a file, you can upload it here and you can still answer the questions. So your response, it would be Jen's participation task week 7, and then I can upload my files, upload it as a link. Probably better to upload it as a file if you have it as a file. Click upload, and then you can answer the questions. So you're going to upload your fieldwork site project. Then you're going to answer the questions. Does your field site use MTSS? How do you know? If yes, describe how MTSS is implemented. If no, how could the program implement MTSS meaningfully? Connect your response to 3 or more sources from this week's readings and watchings. And then I'm asking you to find your name on the school fair family profiles. You're going to review 5 or more fieldwork site projects posted by your colleagues. And using your family profile, reply to 5 or more colleagues, explain why your family profile can or cannot enroll in their fieldwork site program. Then you're going to come back to your post, your original post. You will have the opportunity to reply and reply which colleague's program could you enroll in as a family. And what did you learn from this process? So let's look at this document. So every person in our learning community has been assigned a profile. So find yours, and then you are looking for a program for the family that you have been assigned. You are this family. So Bernadette is this family. Alyssa is this family. Okay, and you need to find a program that Cynthia is this family. You need to find a program based on the fieldwork site projects that are posted that meet the needs of your family. So in your post, you are going to say, oh, I can't attend your program. This is like a virtual school fair. Oh, I can't attend your program because you don't have this, this, or this, or I need hours until 6 o'clock. Or I need bilingual staff who speak Korean. So that's going to be shared. Or I can attend your program because you have A, B, and C, and that's what my family needs. So that's going to be part of your process. You're going to try to find a program. This is a virtual school fair. So I hope you have a little fun doing that. In addition, to this participation task for week 7, we do have a few assignments due. So I'm just going to go back to sharing my screen so we can see what these assignments are. So we have the interview paper. There's a video there on completing the interview paper. I'll let you view that at another time. There's also the Focus Child report. So the Focus Child report is there's a PowerPoint on identifying a focus child. And basically, think about the children. You're going to do a project for 410 that involves a focus child. So you want to select a student who's going to be the focus of your case study, that you're going to spend time observing, you're going to write about, and you're going to present about. This child must be two months to 8 years of age. They must be enrolled in your fieldwork site class that you're completing your fieldwork in, and they must attend consistently. So if you notice that you're there on Wednesday mornings, but this child has only been there once or twice, That's probably not an ideal child for you to observe, right? If this child has inconsistent attendance. Then how do you decide on which child? So you've narrowed down children who don't attend regularly or children who, um, you know, maybe they're in another class and only a couple times they've been placed in your class because the teacher's been absent. How do you decide on a student to observe? Which is a student you want to get to know better? Who is a student you have questions about? Who's a student you are curious about? Who's a student you find fascinating? Who's a student you want to better support or facilitate their learning in your class? That's the student you select. Okay. And then after you have identified that student, you fill out this form. And this form is, let me just open it. It's also available as a Google Doc. Remember the Google Doc, you have to make a copy and save to your drive. But this is the Focus Child Report. You're putting the child's first name, the child's age, your fieldwork site that you attend, the placement, your cooperating teacher's name, what days and times you attend for ECE 410. What do you know about this child already? Why did you select this child? What are you hoping to learn? And anything else you want to share. It's just very quick and short. Okay, there's also a Google Doc that you can use, and you can submit that. If you submit the Google Doc, please convert it to a PDF because Brightspace doesn't really like to accept Google Docs. They accept them, but then they don't let faculty read them. So then I'll have to say, I can't review your document. So I hope this helps. I look forward to seeing your responses. And most importantly, I look forward to seeing your responses to the school fair. So I hope you have a great day and I hope you have a great week. Be well.